My name's Udi Lopez, and I'm Hispanic, primarily Mexican.
All right. So my question today is, have you ever felt that you've been racially profiled or discriminated against or stereotyped?
Just on racially profiled, the stereotype, never really discriminated. Growing up in Vista, I've been there since I was 3 years old, so you kind of get used to it all. It's just what's around you. I went to Vista High School. I kind of just have that persona. When people look at me, when you go to like places like Carlsbad, La Costa, or Encinitas, people automatically know, like, oh, this kid's not from around here. And it comes down just from like the way you carry yourself, the way you act. I have multiple tattoos, and it's just kind of just the person you become. It's like that whole self-prophecy. People expect you to be a certain way, and you kind of become that certain way. And it's just, you get used to it, and you accept it. I have no problem with it. I'm actually proud of where I'm from and what it's made me, because I'm a lot different and have a different attitude about life than a lot of other people do.
Do you ever have a time, or did you have a circumstance in your life where maybe it really affected you?
Primarily affected me? Not really, not in my opinion. Like I said, you kind of just grow with it. The more you just kind of just avoid it and just ignore it altogether, the better it is. Don't let people get to you, really, is what it comes down to.
Alright, well, thank you.
No problem.
I'm Ilse Balon, and I'm of Mexican descent.
Alright, Ilse, my question for you today is, do you ever feel like you've been racially discriminated against or stereotyped?
I think in a way, yeah, because sometimes just in school with other people that aren't necessarily of your same race, you still feel that certain actions that they take on you can have an impact. It might be a small one, but sometimes I feel even just in like social circles when you hang out with your friends, or if you take like certain classes or join certain programs, sometimes people that aren't of your same race will kind of treat you differently, and maybe won't give you the same respect or give you the same opportunity to say whatever you want to say or do whatever you want to do.
And has that affected you on a personal level?
I think, in high school I always did a lot of stuff, and I always talked to a lot of people, and they were all of many mixed races and cultural backgrounds. But yeah, even in my advanced courses and honors courses, it was always a Caucasian white race and a small group of Latino or any other race. So I feel we were kind of misrepresented, and sometimes it would show just in the way teachers taught classes or how we just interacted with each other.
All right, well, thank you.
Welcome.
Hey, Tyler Wittgenstein. I identify as Caucasian.
Okay. My question for you today is, do you ever feel that you have been racially discriminated against or stereotyped?
I definitely feel like I've been stereotyped, mainly because I feel as a white male, everyone assumes things are a lot easier, and while that is true in certain circumstances, we do face prejudice and discrimination and hardships.
All right, and have you ever had a hardship in that or anything personal?
I guess I was physically abused a lot, and when I went to go talk about it, everyone's like, oh, you're a white male, that cannot happen to you.
Okay, so that it doesn't just happen to.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No problem.
So my name is Antoine Stevens Phillips. I am African American, but I'm also all American. Have I been discriminated against? Many times, more than I can mention in this short span. I'll mention one of them. Currently, I live down the street near the El Camino Country Club, and the majority of the residents in this area are white. Sometimes, they don't directly say things that will make you think that they're discriminating against you. It's usually the environment. When you walk into a place and all of a sudden the tension, you can feel this immense tension when people let you know that you're not supposed to be there. That's happened quite a bit in this area. Secondly, the neighbors around have spewed racial uh, uh, things to my landlord about me being in that area. So those are two instances, and I think that's about all I've got.
Has there ever been an instance where it just really affected you on a personal level, just maybe from just growing up?
Generally, no. For me, I would say I'm a different breed. These instances are going to make me great. Some instances for others will have detrimental psychological effects on them. For me, it will make me great, a better person.
Right.
So, in the future, I would say the more I receive it, the more I basically say, yeah, feed my greatness. And that's it.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm Jenny Lee. I'm Vietnamese.
All right, Jenny. My question for you today is, do you feel that you've ever been racially discriminated against or stereotyped against?
Yes. People think I like eating rice every day,
Mhm.
but I like American food. I actually hate rice. And people think I'm good at math. I'm not very good at math. Yeah.
All right, and how has this affected you on a personal level?
It hurts my feelings, I guess.
Do it. Good. Okay. Hi, I'm Heather Ben, and I'm Canadian.
All right. My question for you today is, do you feel that you've ever been either racially discriminated against or stereotyped against?
Very stereotyped, I can say that. Well, some of them are kind of true, but when I first moved out here, I had the Canadian accent, and I got made fun of a lot for saying, like, a boot or don't you know kind of thing. And, like, my friend over here, she makes fun of me for eating maple syrup a lot. So, and how my grandpa owns a maple farm and stuff, you know, the stereotypical Canadian. So, yeah.
All right. And how does that, ever bother you on a personal level, or does it ever affect you, or, like, the person you are?
Not really. I'd say I'm a proud Canadian, and I like maple syrup, so, whatever.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello, I'm Dara Williams. I'm African American and Native American.
All right. My question for you today is, do you feel that you've ever been racially discriminated against or stereotyped?
I would definitely say stereotyped. I mean, even I work on campus, and a few of my coworkers, like, occasionally they make racial jokes, and it's kind of weird when you're the butt end of it, but you just play along. I mean, people associate African Americans with liking soul food, which is not bad. I mean, a lot of people do, but it's just weird when you constantly hear, like, chicken jokes or, like, watermelon jokes, because I don't really like watermelon. But yeah, that's about it.
How does that affect you on a personal level, or has that affected you on a personal level?
I feel like I should speak up and talk about it to them, but you kind of just deal with it because you're used to it, and you feel weird being the one to confront them about something that bothers you because you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. Because, I mean, I don't go to, like, bed worrying about it or anything, so.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Christina Tran, and I am full Vietnamese.
All right, so my question for you today is, do you feel that you've ever been racially discriminated against or stereotyped?
Yes, I have. And I have, with school, teachers kind of expect me to be pretty smart, or even with other students, and that's kind of a high standard to stay up with.
All right, and how does that affect you on a personal level?
I feel like I'm living up to someone else's expectations rather than my own, just because they expect me to be a lot smarter than I really am.
Okay, and then I have another question is, what's your family life like?
Pretty strict. We're very, like, Vietnamese cultured. I have, like, a bedtime, and I'm almost 22. I have to be home by 10. My grades have to be pretty high all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.